Yeah, fine. So now first I'm going to be creating a view product space. A new JSP file and give the same name which we are required and click on finish. So now it will create a new page where it will have the like JSP basic syntax. Now as we traditionally the connection establishment and the what you call the registering of the driver is common for every time, so we can copy the things, so no need of writing every time these things. So just up to here I can say that, or else you can take everything. I will customize the code. Okay, so in the view product, what exactly we required, basically we want to retrieve the data. So whatever the logics here, we can remove this. Okay, so up to here doesn't require. And as we know, so we need to import the SQL package. So now first import is equal to java.sql.start. Yeah. So this is the we have to require. And now before closing the connection here, as I mentioned already, we require to retrieve the data. So previously I already clearly explained to you people, so how to do this all the stuff. Like first thing we require to register the driver. So second thing we require to establish the connection between our application to the database. And third thing, like we require to create a statement object. So here uh, like positional parameters, if you want to pass, we can use prepare statement, otherwise we can use simply statement equal to con dot create statement. Okay, so this is simple statement without positional parameters, I can say that. And now as we know, so once we object open, we have to close that object to avoid the memory leakages. Okay, and now we need to execute the query, that is for retrieval the data. So for that it will return an object called result set. So result set which consists all the data which is coming from the database. So result set rs is equal to st dot execute query. So as I explained already, if you want to what I can say that do insert or update or delete operation, we will generally use the prepare statement and along with the execute update. But when you want to retrieve the data, we'll use execute query. So where you can pass the query, that is select star from products. So this will give you the data from the database what we have in the table. Okay, so now the entire data what we have in the products will come to result set. So now our responsibility to print the data from the result set. Okay, so for that, whichever format you are convenient to use, you can use, like maybe a table format or list format, or like example what you can say that paragraph format. It depends on your requirement, like how you want to display the data. So based on that you can collaborate and you can display the data. So whichever format as required, you can take that HTML format and you can print the data. So how sir means, I will tell you. So first thing, we should write while loop, because this will have the more than one record. We are not sure, one or maybe more than one. So definitely we should like check that whether the I mean that whether the what I can say that however the records it has to print. So for that I'm writing while rs dot next. Okay, and for this I'm also just want to take that a variable called count variable. Okay, so how many records are there, for that I'm taking count, and for every iteration I'm making this count as plus plus, that means it will increment. And now final conclusion is, if count equal to 0, so that indicates out dot println no records found. Okay, so that means no data, I can say that. So that is one task done. And if it is the data is there, then we have to print the data, like whatever the data we have in the table, we have to print it. Okay, so for that again we have to write out dot println. So where we want to print the totally, I think products we have ID, name, cost and description, right? So for that we have rs dot, if it is a number we can use the get int of index number, that is 0 plus space I can give plus, sorry, I'm just concatenating the data, okay, and then rs dot names I can take get string of name, p name, that is what we are using. Similarly space I'm using, and then rs dot get float, because the cost will be the float format we taken, so that is p cost. Similarly, if you how many columns are there, that you can print as your requirement, okay. So rs dot get string of p description. So these are the 4 columns what we have in the table. Yeah. So now totally completed, like initial of 0 also we can use PID also. Yeah. Column names I mean to say, or else you can use the numbers also, like 0 1 2 3, like that you can use the numbers also. It depends on your interest, okay. So this is the way how we will retrieve the data from the DB in JSP, okay. So the first thing is we have to, so once again see I'm repeating this. One second. Yeah. So once again I'm repeating. So first thing, as we know, so I'm just registering the driver, and then I'm just making the connection from our database to our application by passing the proper parameters, and I'm checking that whether the connection is null or not. If it is not null, I'm trying to retrieve the data from the table which we call products by using a statement object called st, and then whatever the data we have in the result set, once we retrieve, that will store in the result format. Because why we are using special result set means we don't have any object in Java to store multiple rows and columns, or I can say that multiple type of variations, like example data table contains integer, float, the combination, right? So it's not suited to a particular list or array. Because of that they created a new component called result set, okay. So that will contains multiple records, that is we are using while. So here each time it will return one record, and from that record we are trying to fetch in the data and we are printing the data. And finally, if I mean that if there is no data also I'm handling, so if count is 0, so definitely it will print the no records found, okay. So this is how we will approaching here. So first we will try to run this application really whether the data is coming or not, then we can check it other things, okay. Yeah, see here. So I'm just clicking on view product. So it has to display the existing product list which are there in the database. Yeah, see that. So we have two records here, if you observe that, 1 and 2, but which are in the same line. Why? Because we didn't use any break statement, that's why we are coming in the same line. So now what I'm trying to do that, so just I'm end of the this out.println, I'm giving break statement. Okay, so break. So now if you are refreshing this page, you can able to see the data in the multiple lines. Okay, so this is the break statement advantage, see that. And now go back. If you want to add one more product, let's take to check that, let's take product name, I'm giving lappy. Okay, so product cost 25,000, and let's take basic configuration. Okay, so this is what I want to do. And now add product. So when we click on the product, so see that the lappy, whatever that, like, it's showing inserted. Now go back and we can see that, when we are clicking on view product, it has to be there, right? So we can able to see that the current record, whatever just now we added, that is also there in the application. So likewise, you can able to retrieve. Now if you want to style it in table format, you can use the table tag. If you want to style in list format, you can use the order list or unordered list. Or if you want to cards, so the data how you are looking in the Facebook cut with the card style, yes, you can do that card style also. It all depends on your the way how you want to showcase the data. You can use the such kind of designing. Okay, so this is the all about insertion and retrieval. And now the last component of this, delete. So if you want to delete a specific record from this list, how to perform, so that we will see now. So but before going to the delete operation, so does anyone have any doubt? Please ask me, or otherwise I will go to the delete operation. So anyone have any doubt as of now? Any doubt as of now? No doubt. Okay, so as I mentioned, so in the view products, I'm just going to be adding the, so here we added, right, I'm removing here because to add the one more link, that is delete. Okay, I'm adding out.println. So here I'm adding double quotes, so break statement as I mentioned already. But before that, I just want to add that delete link. So for that, I'm using anchor tag. So h reference is equal to single quote, close that, and here I can write delete and anchor tag close. So this is for deleting a specific record, but we have to map the URL. So again, I'm writing delete product. So new JSP I'm going to be creating, that is delete product dot JSP. Okay, so for that, I'm just going to be creating a new page under the web app. So new JSP, where I'm mapping to the delete product dot JSP. Okay, so what I'm trying to do in the delete.jsp, so just I'm reading the ID which you customer wants to delete, and by that ID I'm going to be deleting. Okay, so here also similarly the same code what just before I explained, to the insertion, similar approach here also, nothing is different, only query will be different. Okay, so that is the beauty. Once you understand JDBC basic operation, you can simulate the same things for n number of operations. Okay, so java.sql.start. Yeah, so now here as I mentioned already, so prepared statement I'm using, but still it is ID, so set int, and here it is product ID. Okay, and here we should require to write a query for the delete operation, not for the insert. So I'm changing to delete query. So delete from products. Okay, where a specific record, right, PID is equal to question mark. Okay, so that means whatever the PID we are passing, the respective PID product will be deleted from the product table. So that PID we are passing initially, so that is I'm writing int PID is equal to integer dot parse int of request dot get parameter. So get parameter will get the parameter from the link which we are sending. Yeah. So now this PID, like here, if it is more than 0, it means deleted, otherwise not deleted. Okay. So now the other thing is, like whatever the PID we want to hear, so that we have to pass from this view products. Okay. So for that we should use question mark and less than percentile is equal to we require what we required, like product ID, right? So here we are getting rs.get into product ID. This is what I want to pass here. I think just a second, we can concatenate instead of like doing this. Yeah, so he can split it and we can use the plus plus and then we can write it. Yeah, this is better, I think. Yeah. So now we are concatenating product ID dynamically to the delete product. Okay. So now just refresh whether really it is concatenated. We will see the link what we are generated. Yes, it's created, but what happened? One delete is coming and three. Where is the second record? And also delete is coming from only one place. It's not coming from the okay. Somewhere it's getting wrong, I think. Yeah. So see, delete is concatenate, not properly concatenated here. We'll check it out. So first anchor tag h reference delete product.jsp. Yes. So the single quote is not properly closed. We'll check it out. Question mark, and after question mark also we missed it to write PID is equal to and rs get int, and before that we have to concatenate with single quote. Yeah. So now we'll see. Still there is a problem. What is that? Some mapping problem again. We'll see. Yeah, it's showing error. That's why. Yeah. So now we got it. See, three items with three delete links. So if you hover, it will reflect for one, and it is second, and it is third. Okay. So now we'll keep on explain one more time. See that. So to this page we want to redirect. That's why we are writing delete pro.jsp. But before moving to that page, I want to carry which ID you want to delete at that moment. So for that, I'm concatenating what ID we want to delete. So that is, anyway we know that rs.getInt of PID is retrieving the ID from the respective row. Okay. So that is, I'm concatenating with the delete product, and this PID I'm reading in the delete product. If you observe here, so that is only I'm reading here. So once the ID is coming here, I'm deleting the same operation. So now after deletion, I want to come back to the same page, that is view products.jsp only. Okay. So for that, what I'm trying to do here, so after everything closing the statements, I'm just I need to forward. I mean that I need to come back to the view products, right? So for that, deleted again anchor tag h reference is equal to list products. Okay. Sorry, it's not list product. I think it's a view products. Okay. Yeah. So view products view products dot view products dot js. Okay. After deletion, I'm giving customer to provision to go back to the view products. So now view products and close the anchor tag. That's all. So this is what I want to do here. Okay. So now we can try to explore this. Yeah, I hope it's done. So now I'm trying to delete the second one. When you click on delete, see that it will delete the record and will come back to the, see, deleted view products. Now click on view products, you will able to see the two only. See that one and third only you are able to see. There's no more second one. So this is the way how you will delete the data from the table which you are mapping. So very simple approach. So once again I will show you each code here. So please try to understand. If you are having any doubt, ask me. The first thing, we given a link for view the product, that is view products.jsp. Okay, when user click on this particular page, it will go to the view product.jsp. This is the first thing happen when you click on view products. So when we come to here, so it will establish the connection with the database, and then it will execute a query called select star from products. That is, anyway you know that one. It will retrieve all the records which are available in the products table. Now that all data is storing in the result set, and this result set has a capability of fetching record by record by using inbuilt function called next. Now from that, each column is representing by respective column name by the following respective data type. So by using that, I'm printing all the parameters along with the delete link. So now delete link also should come each and every record. So this also I'm putting in the while loop only. So now when you click on the delete product, it will go to the delete product.jsp along with the ID which you want to delete, that is the PID. And now in the delete.jsp, we are executing the query by passing this PID, that is delete from table name where ID equal. But before going to delete page, please look on this page each and every line by line. If you are anyone having any doubt, please ask me. I will give you 5 minutes of time, so please look on this. Yeah. So here in the delete product, what I trying to do is, first I'm reading the ID which we are going to be deleting by using the request.get parameter which are appending the URL, and then I'm converting into integer by using integer parsing, and then as usual steps like connection establishment and driver registration, and then statement creation. And here delete operation which require delete query, so I return delete from products where PID equal to given PID. That's what we call positional parameter I'm using. So that I'm setting set int 1 comma PID. This PID will refer this particular ID which we are reading initially. And then finally we are executing the query what we are written. So once it is done, I'm just showing deleted statement along with the link to redirect into the view products. So once it is done, it will go back to the view products by the updating the data which is there in the table. So this is the way I'm deleting the data from the database. Please look on this program. If you have any doubts, please ping me in the chat or you can ask me.